Hi there, this is Kaushik Ranchod. Welcome to our weekly immigration show. I'm an immigration attorney representing clients throughout the United States at U.S. embassies worldwide. And we help people like you get visas and green cards. I invite you to connect with us. If you haven't already, smash the like button. But more importantly, we're going to be talking about the Build Back Better Act. On October 28th, President Biden announced the framework for this. And this is a sweeping bill, $1.75 trillion, where $100 billion is allocated for immigration. It doesn't just include immigration, it's a climate bill, it's a social policy bill. So there's a lot of different elements in this bill where $100 billion was set aside for immigration. So what we're gonna talk about, and while you wanna watch this video till the end, is what does this do for immigration? And I'm really excited to share this with you because this is sweeping, this is big change, something if passed could be one of the biggest changes for decades. Now this was passed by the House on November 19th. It still needs to be passed by the Senate. So the Senate can go and make modifications, edit it. I expect many changes to be made by the Senate before this actually passes. So what I talk about today could change by the Senate, and you'll want to keep tuned to hear the latest news. Make sure you subscribe to our channel so you can get those updates. All right, let's jump into it. What do these provisions propose? What do they include? Basically, there's millions of you who are here who are unable to work lawfully, who maybe you haven't seen your family for years. So what this does is it provides a parolee status. This is, in my opinion, very similar to deferred action, where you're allowed to apply for work authorization, you're allowed to travel, it'll be granted for 5 years and then renewed for 5 more years. I want to be very clear, this is not a clear path to permanent residency, not a clear path to citizenship. And I think the reason that the House, on its third time around on proposing this forms of immigration reform, watered it down so much, and this is not a perfect solution, but I think the reason it's been watered down so much is because perhaps it will pass because it is actually not a clear path to citizenship. So I am disappointed that it is not actually a clear path that will get you citizenship. However, it is better than not having anything at all. So let's see if we can make it to the finish line, and with this modifications, if it's going to be passed. So this would apply to as proposed if you were here before 2011. So we will see if this continues to be legislation that will be approved by the Senate. Now, another very exciting part of the bill is that many of you have been waiting here in the United States for a long time, waiting for your visa number to become available. And as you know, there's long waits. So this would reduce the backlogs by recapturing visa numbers that were not previously used. So this could shorten the line for many people. Another thing that is very interesting about this bill is it allows you to jump the line if you pay a fee. So the government, again, wants their pound of flesh. You could look at this as a fee, you could look at this as a tax. So if you pay it and your application has been waiting for 2 years, then you can skip ahead of the line. So 2 years, you might think sounds like a lot of time, but if you look at the visa bulletin, there's people that are waiting 10 years. There's people waiting, many years. So it will allow you to skip ahead of the line if you've already been waiting for 2 years. So for instance, if you've been waiting, it's 2021 now, and you've been waiting over 2 years, and that would be 2019, you could pay the fee and you could go ahead and submit your application and skip ahead in line. So that's another exciting part of this framework. What this act does overall is it provides more stability to millions of immigrants to be able to work lawfully, to be able to travel, to see their families, where that stability was not there. And I think, we hear arguments, well, why don't immigrants just get legal? And the reason is because there's no pathway, and this would provide at least some way for you to be able to get work authorization. So let's see what the Senate does with this. I hope that it passes. I look forward to continue to keeping you informed. Again, this is not law yet because the Senate still needs to pass it. We will continue to monitor this closely and we will keep you informed. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. Put your comments below and bye for now.